they're building up their speaker now. Still no attacks. I shall never attack you. Maul is extremely good for us. Extremely good for us. Hell to the yes. Now, this doesn't put us to 27, which is what we need. It puts us to 26, which is oh so very close to what we need. Right? One off. One off. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today, are you ready to play with some angels? Are you ready to play aggro? Are you ready to play them smashed into one deck, combined over a series of games that you didn't think possible, but ends up being so? That sounds kind of complicated, but nonetheless, we're playing some aggro angels today, ladies and gentlemen. An archetype, or rather a creature type, that generally isn't viewed as an aggro style deck because angels tend to cost a little bit, you know. But due to this card here, Righteous Valkyrie, 3-mana Angel Cleric, 2/4 with flying, things are kind of changing in the meta to where, well, angels can be aggro, and we have another secret Pog card that I'm going to show you today, and make sure you stick all the way through with the deck tech breakdown, as that card will come in at the end, and it's one that's not quite in the deck yet, but I definitely think it needs to be added and will for sure raise the power level. So, Righteous Valkyrie, this 3-mana 2/4. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. It's a really good ability in and of itself whenever you attach that to a 3-mana 2/4 with flying. Not to mention the fact that as long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. So, obviously this +2/+2 is, well, beneficial when it comes to attacking, defending, and, well, all of the above, right? So how are we actually going to be proccing this +2/+2? Well, we do have a whole lot of clerics in the deck as well to help us, well, gain life and get to that 27 life that we're looking for, not only for Righteous Valkyrie, but also for our Speaker to the Heavens. We have to remember that when we get to 27 life with this card, we can tap and start creating 4/4 angels, which, yes, when these angels enter the battlefield, they will proc Righteous Valkyrie, giving you 4 life and a 4/4 flying angel. So this card in combination with Speaker is just absolutely bonkers. Now, some of the other new cards that we're taking a look at today is going to be Glorious Protector. This is sort of like board wipe protection, insurance, so to speak. It has flash, it has flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile any number of non-angel creatures you control until Glorious Protector leaves the battlefield. This is essentially a way, very cheaply, to protect your Lotus, protect your Luminarch, your Speaker, all this kind of stuff that is non-angels. Now, your angels, such as Legion and Righteous and all the tokens that you create from Speaker, they won't be sticking around because obviously you can't pick up angels with Glorious Protector. However, when Glorious Protector is wiped out, board wiped, whatever, all those creatures that were exiled will then reappear on the board, and, well, you can go back to smashing face just as before, right? We also have Legion Angel, really strong angel that allows you to dive into your sideboard and grab other Legion Angels out, right? And we have 2 copies of Doomscar. Since we have board wipe, insurance, protection, whatever you want to call it, then us running board wipe in the mirror matches up against other aggro decks is just absolutely bonkers. Now, next up, down here in the bottom end, we do have 3 copies of Archfiend's Vessel. It's a human, it's a cleric, and we can return it to the battlefield to create that 5/5 black demon creature with flying, which is obviously a pretty big body and can help you end out the game, and, well, very, very aggro. 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst for some removal. 2 copies of Angelic Ascension to turn those removals that your opponent would be using on your creatures into big 4/4 angels, right? You wait for them to try to bone crush your Luminarch or something along those lines, and then you use this card to turn that Luminarch into a 4/4 angel instead. Speaking of Luminarch, we do have 3 copies of Luminarch Aspirant, 2-mana 1/1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. This is obviously really good at building up any of your creatures, but generally you will be building up things like your Speaker, which has Vigilance, Lifelink, and can create angels, right? Next up, we have Skyclave Cleric, which is a really, really awesome card with Righteous Valkyrie, mostly because it's a 1 card, essentially hits you at 27 life, right? You drop it, it gains 3 life thanks to Righteous Valkyrie. It also gains another 2 life thanks to it just having its ability, which is already 5, and that puts you to 25 in of itself, right? Pretty good, if you ask me personally. Moving us down, we have 2 copies of Null Priest of Oblivion. This card is going to allow you to either, A, get down a menace lifelink creature that you can build up in Luminarch. It makes it really hard for your opponent to protect against or defend against. Or B, you can use the kicker ability, get it down into the battlefield, and then also get another creature down into the battlefield, such as Lourdes or Righteous Valkyrie, right? Next up, we have 3 copies of Cleric of Life's Bond. This card's really good at just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and so on and so forth. Not only that, it gives you additional life whenever other clerics enter the battlefield, so that Skyclave that was putting you to 25 is now putting you to 26, which is almost a single-use card to just hit you right there at 27. Heliod, of course, if we're going to be gaining all this life, is fantastic. Allows you to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control whenever you do gain life. Furthermore, you can pay 2 mana and give target creature lifelink. Can't give itself lifelink, of course, but, you know, that's how it goes. 3 copies of Maul the Three copies of Maul the Skyclave, because it works so beautifully when you throw it on Speaker, Arc Fiends, or pretty much any creature that you're building up with Lumen Arcs, right? Righteous Valkyrie we talked about. Call the Death Dweller is really nice. It allows you to get back your Lourdes, your Righteous Valkyrie, and any combination of your 1 or 2 drops together. Lourdes obviously can allow you to replay all of your clerics back to the board, which is really nice. Agadeem's going to allow you to pull out, you know, as many cards as you can afford to pay for from your graveyard back to the battlefield. Talked about those, talked about that. Amiria's Call, 2/4/4 Angel Warrior creature tokens. It's a land on the other side. That's perfectly fine. As far as our lands go, we are an aggro deck, so, you know, 2.6 on average cost. And then the lands, we only have 20, but you will have to remember that Glorious Protector comes down to the 3 costs. Doomscar comes down to the 3 costs. Alright, so it looks something more like this, where it's like a whole lot of 3 costs, some 4, and then Amiria's Call, which can be a land. So essentially your deck curves out at 4. Come mid to late game, if you have this and you can use it, nice. Now, time for that secret card that I mentioned earlier that you're going to want to know, have, and use in your deck. That is going to be Stalwart Valkyrie. This 4 mana 3/2 flying Angel Warrior is a little deceptive at first, because you're saying 4 mana for a 3/2 flying angel is not that good chance. However, you may pay 2, 1 and a white source, and exile a creature card from your graveyard rather than pay this spell's mana cost, which means essentially you're paying 2 mana for a 3/2 flying angel, which is really, really good. Not only will it proc the Righteous Valkyrie, right? It's just a solid body. If it gets +2/+2, it's now a 5/4 in the sky for 2 mana. That's even better than Angelic Ascension, because you're not having to exile anything on your side of the board, just in your graveyard, right? Be careful. Obviously, you don't want to exile things like Lourdes from your graveyard and then hit a Call of the Death Dweller on the next turn, so try to be wise when you're choosing these cards to exile, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for the Angel deck. We are also running 2 copies of Great Hall of Starnheim. I'm back and forth on these kind of cards, but honestly, this one seems pretty good. 3 mana, sacrifice it, and you get a 4/4 Angel. Yeah, I mean, it has flying and vigilance. I feel like it's good come mid to late game, you know, in those stalls and those weird, awkward matchups where you just can't seem to get around them, right? Anyways, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. Hope you all enjoyed. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and of course, remember to subscribe for more. Without further ado, we're going to dive into this aggro Angel deck. We'll keep this. And get down the Speaker off the Ripperino here. Yeah, I mean, the World Tree might be good, and, you know, what's it called? Alright, we can get in with Speaker. I'm making a God deck right now. Probably gonna be trash. Nah, you shouldn't hate on yourself like that. If anything, it's the deck's fault. Alright, so it's mono red aggro. You know, I gotta say, it's always a little depressing going from the pre-release events where everyone's trying to play new stuff, for the most part, to back to normal standard where everyone's playing the, like, the least new stuff they can in full out attempt to like just win, pick up the wins against people that are like, oh, I'm gonna try something new. Well, you know what? We're gonna go for a little risky business here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Righteous Valkyrie. And of course we get in with Speaker here because they can't block. Trying Tyrite Sanctum Tergrid combo. Ooh, sounds spicy. Try and block the Rimrock. They might end up trading us out here with the Righteous Valkyrie, but Mm-hmm. At least we're not taking that extra damage, right? Alright. It's a little greedy, but I'm going for the Heliod here because it allows our speaker to get bigger and bigger, which I think should be good. Just hope that the rogue deck be blast into oblivion. Hey, thanks, Bone Crusher. I'm super happy that Mono Red always has at least 2 to 3 copies of that card. Like, that's what I'm praying for when I see Mono Red. This is Mono Red. This is Mono Red. Alright, so doing the best we can. Let's hope they don't have a third Bone Crusher, am I right? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Please, sir, I'll have some more of that. Alright. Surely they won't have a fourth Bone Crusher in hand, right? No way. No way there's a fourth Bone Crusher in top 20. You gotta stop asking them for the bone. I know. Every time I mention the third Bone Crusher, it's like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, here I am. Alright, so we trade the Cleric with the Akun, right? Bum, 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 bum. So if I bring you back, I can still bring back other buddy. Alright, well, let's do that then. Tap this, that, this. Lodrus. And other buddy. What up, Heliod? Nice of you to join the party. So we have to go no attacks here because we need this full line of defenses. Oh, get out of here. Get out of town. Please restart. Yeah, go restart yourself. Just rogues. I think it'll be like I'm gonna go ahead and play Amiria's Call down here. I think it'll be like Demir control, and I just think that the key rogues, the Soaring and the Death Toucher, the little 1/1 Death Toucher, Thieves Guild, I think those will remain. Alright, so we go with the Cleric of Life's Bond here. 1, it has the potential to build the biggest. 2, it gets the most benefit from coming down first. 3, it's the one that I don't mind dying the most. So it feels like every slot, right? Your deck seems like a hoot and a half. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do certainly try. Alright, you know, run it back. Same thing that I said last turn, just on turn 3 now. We need to get a hoot and a half emote. By the way, emotes, more should be rolling out now that the pre-release is done. I didn't really want to have the headache of trying to reveal emotes while also dealing with pre-release stuff. So we might have those sort of coming out in these upcoming decks that we're going to be playing. So keep an eye out for that. We do already have one that I've released before the somewhere. Yeah, before the pre-release. That's Super Jank. Super Saiyan Jank. Some people get the reference, some people won't. Another Bone Crusher. It took them 3 minutes to realize that they wanted to use another Bone Crusher. I tell you, that's a certain little gift for that. Of course, it could be why Coffee here is, you know, a little bit better off than myself. I am going to go ahead and turn off their Love Struck Beast. I know they can just turn around and play a Bone Crusher. And they probably will. We don't have the black mana to boost up Blood Chiefs, and I think that's a very costly turn for us against Gruul aggro. Like, pay 4 mana and 2 life to take out a Bone Crusher. Don't tell me you got another Bone Crusher. Come on. Oh, Shatter Skull. Alright. That one's more acceptable. It's just, the other one would have been like, seriously? Chill. Alright, so Legion Angel to grab a Legion Angel. Happy about that. I don't think you understand where your deck's strength lies, Coffee. I don't think you understand. This Agadeems actually needs to come down as a land. Fairly sure this Agadeems needs to come down as a land. As much as I would love to use it, we're nowhere near the right track for that, you know? Brushfire is fine, unless they hit a Fabled. They don't. Love Struck. Oh, you love struck. Do, 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 do. Hey, so we got Legion Angel that can pick up the Maul, and we also have an Arc Fiends that can block the Love Struck. Or we could turn the Arc Fiends into the Angel here. But I think playing this is more efficient. They can't even attack with Love Struck. What am I talking about? Blocking Love Struck. Alright, so this is our last Legion Angel out of the sideboard. But we essentially just dealt with a QB, a Brushfire. A lot of good stuff there, just off the back of our Legion Angel draws, so happy about that. Emeria's Call, we're at 5 mana now, so we'd still need 2 more mana, but we do have the white mana lined up, so that one's a little bit easier for me to say, yeah, let's just save for that, right? So I could go for the Maul and put it on the Arc Fiend, swing in with both. That's going to deal 7, put them down to 15. We're also going to gain 3, put us back to 21, and they only have the Bone Crusher with which to attack in with, puts us back to 16. So they're at 16, we're at 16. If I go for the Maul, though, I want to go for the Maul and the Arc Fiends, but I also don't want to do that because I want to be able to Angelic Ascension the Arc Fiends. You know what I mean? If I play this and bolt it down, we can get down the other Legion Angel. Let's let them know that we're thinking. That's just 6 damage. I think we got to go for the beatdown. They can't gain life. We have good evasion right now. Even if they go to remove one of our units, we can just turn it into another angel, right? With the 2 mana thing. So, and they're about to hit a whole lot of card draw. We need to try and win before they get that card advantage, right? So what do you think of Kaldheim? I'm excited to have Snow back, to be honest. Snow's pretty good. I'm, motherfucker. Alright, Vivian for the foe. Yeah, put your reach counter on there.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
I call, and Ikoria answers. To hell with you, Vivian. Coffee getting some good stuff here for him. Righteous Valkyrie. Alright, that's fine. So make it to where our Legion Angel dropping on the board can heal us. This game went sideways real fast. Yeah, yeah, right? I was doing okay. Not doing okay anymore. So we can take these 2, throw them at the Vivian. At least makes it to where Vivian can't -2 and gain them insane card advantage. Or we send them both at face and just leave the Vivian alone. I don't think necessarily leaving the Vivian alone is the right answer. I think if we go for this swing in, they're going to block the Legion Angel with the 3/3 Reacher, right? And then I can just use... Well, we could also just let it happen, I guess. So do I want to exile our Angel and get a 4/4 back? Still get to deal the damage. We don't lose the creature, but they also don't lose the creature. Then they're left with 5 points of damage with the 2/4. Yeah, I think I want the 4/4 back, right? No, because then they're still going to have that come next turn to attack with. Nah, yeah, we gotta smack them. Smack him, smack him, smack him. I feel so uneasy about this. Alright, cool beans. Never mind. Never mind.
Every day is a new mutation.
Alright, and they don't get any card draw off the hinge because it's what's it called there? No! Fuck. Alright, so this gains us 3 life. We're not coming back from that. Right now, we're gonna stick to what we're doing here. 0 planes. Like, actually 0 planes here. Don't do this to me, game. Not so early. Not so early in the morning. So enter this tat. We'll get down Cleric of Lifespawn, then Null Priest of Oblivion. Thanks again, everybody, for showing up, showing out, showing your support, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. What do you think of the Angels Saga? Seems to be really strong. I think it's very... Well, I won't say I didn't deserve it, but I'll take it. I will certainly take that. Quickest win I've ever had in rank. 3 days far. 3 days far. There's a whole lot of tap land here, and it's all white. What is... Game. This is the 3rd, 4th hand that we've seen now that has just been completely monocolored. Hello? Whatever, at least we got some playables here, right? Lourdes, Righteous Valkyrie, Luminarch Aspirant, all these things can be played just off the planes, so. Hey, look at that, they got a Luminarch. I got a Luminarch, you got a Luminarch. It's a Luminarch party. Now, do I trade my speaker for their Luminarch? I think, yeah. Oh, they didn't trade it. That's a little surprising. How you doing, my guy? I'm doing all right. How about you, AP Flavors? Oh, 2 Luminarchs. Now I understand. They don't even crack back at us? No land, though. We're just going to stick with our current situation. That's fine. Season Hollowblade, this is not good for us. But they're also stuck on 2 lands, it seems, so that's, you know, decent. They should really be attacking here, though. Far be it for me to say, though. I'm going to pay 3 life. I know we're like, trying to get towards that goal or whatever. Righteous Valkyrie. Blammo. I am going to keep building up the speaker because speaker at a certain point will gain us enough life to where we can just tap our other speaker and Righteous Valkyrie will just turn online, right? Doing good, doing good. That's nice to hear. Selfless Savior. That's, again, horrible for us to see in another speaker, but they're still only on 2 lands, so hallelujah for that fact, am I right? They're building up their speaker now. Still no attacks. I shall never attack you. Maul is extremely good for us. Extremely good for us. Hell to the yes. Now, this doesn't put us to 27, which is what we need. Puts us to 26, which is oh so very close to what we need. Right? One off. One off. Oh! Yes! That's what happens when you hit your third land. You just immediately win. Good. This is going to sound evil, and I mean it evilly, okay? I love when I come into rank and I see somebody that's at the bottom of the tier. That's at the very freaking bottom. And you're saying, Chance, that sounds like you're trying to bully some people. And I say, kinda, but mostly because I feel like they care the least about just conceding, right? Like, I don't give a hell. I'm not falling. So, super happy to see that. Don't Blood Chief Thirsty, you dirty, dirty man. So we could go for the Luminarch here. I still really like the idea of going for Cleric of Life's Bond and just knocking them out of the park. We do have the Righteous Valkyrie, so I guess a fair point could have been made to go for the life gain sort of route, whatever. But so they are playing like a snow version of what we had going on earlier. So if I drop this, we will gain 1 life. That will gain something as well. I want to foretell this, actually. Like, let's get that over and ready, prepared, right? Bam. And then hopefully we can find some more land so I can actually leave mana up for the Glorious Protector and play other stuff. But I think having that Protector is going to literally save us. Mire Triton's horrible to see. Not even gonna lie. You guys know the event that some of the alternate styles or Kaldheim are locked behind? I do not. I wish, but I don't. Okay. So if I drop Righteous Valkyrie here, we don't actually gain anything. If I drop Luminarch Aspirant, we do gain 1 life there. We're so close to having the Glorious Protector able to protect our stuff, though. But drop this doesn't... Well, it does gain us 1 life off that. Alright, we're just going to have to hope they don't have too big of a play here. We're looking for either another land here or, well, I guess another playable, but I feel like that's pretty obvious, right? Alright, Milldom and Bone Crusher. Happy to have seen that one out the door. Heartless Act on the Righteous Valkyrie. Sure. There might just be too much targeted removal in Standard for this Glorious Protector, but I guess we'll see because we hit the land there, which is exactly what we needed to get down Luminarch and have Glorious Protector protected, right? Or protection. So let's see. They got access to a Croxa if they want it. They don't have the land for it. Hallelujah. Egon's not good for us. Egon is not good for us. We can flash this down just to have something in the skies. I think I'd rather save it though. Another land. Woohoo! Happy about that one. We'll keep building up the speaker. All right. Still don't have the mana for, what's it called? We're going to try and scoop up the Luminarch here. Maybe. Nope. Psych! Just gonna get Heartless Act. That's fun. To be fair, it's on me for having thought that I could play something without it getting removed. Alright, they won't block here. We're at 25, 2 away from what we needed. But Egon's definitely about to clock us for a little bit. We just need to not draw any more lands. This is, what, 7? Which means we should only have 15 left out of 45. That's 1 in 3 chance, basically. A little less than 1 in 3 chance. So we have a pretty good chance of not drawing lands, is what I'm saying. Egon's going to attack. That makes sense. We're going to go down to 2019. Sorry. Lourdes, hey, that's good. As long as they don't have more removal, which we'll see. So far, they've had it every time. We go for the Luminarch to start building up the speaker again. I think so. Well, that's their third Heartless Act. I thought, you know, going into Kaldheim, we were going to have to worry about Doomscar and all of this big control. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all aggro. Every single freaking deck is aggro. Little tidbit for y'all. Make sure you can deal with aggro. Because that's it. That's all that is alive and breathing and playing in Kaldheim right now. Aggro, aggro, aggro. I haven't seen a single control deck. We've been playing for an hour and a half this morning. I think this game's a little too far gone for us, but we'll see. Ah! Why do I always think I can do these on the opponent's turn? Alright. Is it time for the Croxa? No? Mire Triton? Then Croxa? Down to 7 life. That's a fun one. Down to 4 life, really, if you think about the Croxa 3 damage that we're about to take here. It's also getting closer to the end of the season and people are rushing to get as many games done as possible. Yeah. Alright, well, GG, Chainer.